The Baltimore Ravens did exactly what they needed to, and that is destroy the Cleveland Browns, 41-17. They now improve to 1-1, get a win in the AFC North on the way of doing that, and then now all their sights, their focuses are on the Detroit Lions next week for Monday Night Football. A little bit of an injury update for you guys. Marlon Humphrey did leave the game in the second half with a groin injury. Something we're going to keep our eye on, something we're going to try to keep you guys updated with as we go on throughout this week, and something to keep an eye on for yourselves. Guess what, guys? We're one of the fastest growing YouTube channels that covers the Ravens on this platform. So I need you guys to do me a big favor and join us today. It's 100% free to do so. We've added over 2,500 subscribers in the last 15 days. Guess what? We're not stopping anytime soon. If you haven't joined us yet, today is a chance to do that. Hit that subscribe button for daily videos and also live shows every single game day. My takeaway number one for this win, you finished the game. In my preview for this ball game, I gave you 5 keys to victory, okay? My 5th one, and arguably the most important one, was to finish this ball game out. That was something you didn't do against the Buffalo Bills. It was also something you failed to do week 2 last year when you lost to the Cleveland Browns. Well, you did it today. You were up pretty much for the whole game, right? You were leading. But midway through the third quarter, there still was a chance for the Cleveland Browns to make their way back in this game. Fortunately, you did what good teams do. You did what Super Bowl winning teams do. You finished the ball game. Okay? Really, really proud of this squad for what they were able to do. They did what they were supposed to again. And they put the nail in the coffin and they dominated this team. Number 2, Roquan Smith looked phenomenal. Okay? And I'll tell you this. Even if Roquan didn't take back that fumble recovery for a touchdown, he still would have been in my instant reaction. Because he notched 13 tackles on his way there. He had a great game. He was all over the place. He didn't look out of shape. He looked fast. He looked aggressive. Actually, 15 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. All of those were in the first quarter. 2 quarterback hits as well. And then, of course, he had that scoop and score for 6, where he looked a lot faster than I thought he was, right? If you're going to have success on defense this year, you're going to need Roquan Smith to continue stacking games like that. Okay, we all know that he's the quarterback of this defense, right? He's the mic. He's the green dot. He's the one giving out the calls. He's the one that these guys look to. Phenomenal game for him tonight. He's got to continue stacking these games. He's got to continue leading this team, leading this defense, and making a change in the way that they're playing. Making a change in the way they played last week against Buffalo to how they played this week against Cleveland, and then going on next week against Detroit. I need you to do me a favor. Grade the Ravens' performance against the Cleveland Browns. A, B, C, D, or F. If I'm being honest with you, I'm probably giving it somewhere around a B, because while you did some good things, and while you eventually ended up winning the ball game, which is great, you made a lot of mistakes. Some drop passes, some bad penalties. The run game was pretty non-existent. And so that's kind of why I'm sitting at a B, but I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. While you're down there, you'll find this link, chatsports.com/purple hoodie. For just $30, you can get this thing right here. If you use code RITZ, that's RITZ. It was $70, discounted $40 off. These sales are not going to last very long. I know this sale won't last even past today because that code is only good for today. Chatsports.com/purple hoodie. I put that link in the comment section and in the description of today's video. Again, if you use code RITZ, you can get this hoodie for just $30. The offensive line, I feel like we got to talk about it. They were a little bit shaky. Not just in their pass protection, which kind of wavered from time to time. There's some good protections. There's some bad protections. Lamar Jackson kind of had to fight through some things throughout this game. But mainly what I'm talking about is the run game. you weren't able to do anything with Derrick Henry. And let me tell you this, it's not because Derrick Henry wasn't good enough. It's because your offensive line was not getting any kind of push against their defensive line. It seemed like every time you handed the ball off to number 22, he was met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Guys, that's not a Derrick Henry fault. That's this offensive line's fault. 11 carries, 23 rush yards, 2.1 yards per carry for the King. That's got to be different going forward, okay? You're able to pick apart teams with your passing game with an unbalanced offense when it's the Cleveland Browns. You're not able to do that when you're playing teams like the Chiefs in the playoffs, like the Bills in the playoffs, like the Eagles, the Packers in the Super Bowl. No, you're not going to be able to do that. So you got to be better at running the football. That starts with the offensive line up front. These wide receivers had a phenomenal game, okay? They were phenomenal. Zay Flowers was great. But I want to talk about Devontae Walker and DeAndre Hopkins. It says welcome because I am so happy to continue on welcoming these guys to Baltimore Ravens football. Devontae Walker, 2 catches, 26 yards, 2 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? Every time this guy catches a pass, it's in the end zone. And Devontae Walker was talked about a ton throughout this offseason as a guy who was having a great training camp. He then went on to have a great preseason. And when that happens, a lot of times you see those guys fade a little bit. And I don't want to say fade, but you see those guys like disappear a little bit into the regular season. Devontae Walker did not disappear today. He had a great game. And then DeAndre Hopkins. Every time this dude catches the pass in a Ravens uniform, it deserves to be on SportsCenter top 2, top 10. Hell, top 2. That's how good it is. The one-handed snag against Buffalo, his first ever reception as a Raven. Then he has the fights through contact, catches while falling to the ground, right short of that touchdown. They call it down at the 1. Then he does that same exact thing again, except it's in the end zone. I thought he was washed, huh? I thought he was washed. Well, it doesn't necessarily look like it. DeAndre Hopkins, you can be on my football team any time of the week. Engage, before we go on to what's next, can you pull that player bio back up? Because I have an update from John Harbaugh on the injury situations of Kyle Van Noy and Marlon Humphrey. Both of them are not severe injuries. John Harbaugh is speaking to the media as I'm giving you this video. Marlon left the game in the second half with a groin injury. I didn't even realize, even though I watched the whole dang thing. Kyle Van Noy also left the game. But as John Harbaugh says, not season-ending. They'll look closer at the guys who are banged up tomorrow. This team will know more tomorrow, and they're not severe, so that's phenomenal. My fifth and final takeaway, the defense did what they were supposed to, okay? That's realistically 41-10. Garbage time touchdown late for the Cleveland Browns. That doesn't really worry me much. Honestly, that's almost 41-3 because Marlon Humphrey should have had that interception. It just went off his hands, and then Cedric Tillman happened to get it in the end zone. And it also should have been a holding call before that even happened. Regardless, 41-17 is your final. This defense, we needed to see something from them, okay? I needed to see them take a step back up, make some plays in a ball game. Great interception, right? They stifled Cleveland. They made them punt the ball like 6 times. They were great. But you should do that. You're the Baltimore Ravens. They're the Cleveland Browns. So I'm not going to give them extra kudos. I'm not going to think this defense is automatically fixed. But what I will say is they did what they didn't do last week, okay? And they did what they needed to do. And I'm really, really proud of them for that. That's going to do it. Let me refresh Twitter before I get out of here. Make sure you guys don't miss anything. What's your one-word reaction to today's win against Cleveland? Let me know in the comment section down below. Give me your one-word reaction. Mine, I think, is next, right? You beat the Cleveland Browns. Now it's on to the next. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. And make sure you guys come back for another one for today.